Hello everyone. Good morning to all and respected sir. My name is Ankit Kumar Srivastava and I am the student of BSc IT third year. And now I am going to give the presentation of SQL Server under the guidance of Raju Padya sir. And today's my topic is the database application architecture. And first of all, I want to discuss about what is a database application architecture. So basically, database application architecture is a structure that define how a database interact with the user and how to work architecture and application. And now, a category of database application architecture. Basically, there are four types of database application architecture depending on elements on components. And first one is a single tier architecture, and second one is a two tier architecture, and third one is a three tier architecture, and fourth one is a n tier architecture. But today I am going to discuss about only two types of architecture. First is a single tier architecture, and second one is a two tier architecture. And now, first one is a single tier architecture. So in a single tier architecture, all components of an system and application combine in a single process and a single machine. And for example, like MS, it's a database, and Java desktop application. Java desktop application means it is a type of a single tier application, and in this application, database, user interface, and business logic available in a single floor and a single machine. And some advantages come under single tier architecture, like easy to maintain and develop, and required very less resource for the setup. And some disadvantage, like no scalable, that means limited for a single user or single machine, and difficult to update. That means if you want to give the updates of every at a one time in every software, then it is a not easy process. And weak security, that means because of this, it's all components work locally, and poor performance with the large data set. Because of this, all components available in a single machine and a single folder. And here you can see that database application and presentation layer, that means user interface, available in a single machine. And this is a diagram of a single tier architecture, and this is the multiple client interact with the database, and some key characteristic like all-in-one setup and local access only. And all-in-one setup, that means all components available in a single machine. Because of this, we can say that all-in-one setup. And some limitation like no escapable, that means only one or few user interact with the system at once. And data security limited because everything is stored locally and work locally. And now next is the two tier architecture. Like basically in a two tier architecture, application divided into two layers. First one is one layer work as a user interface, and with that handle the user interface, and where another layer handle the database. And here you can see two terms like client tier and server tier. So basically, client tier handle the user interface, that is also known as a front end. It is also known as a application layer. And server tier, it's manage the database and sometimes manage the business logic, and it's validate the input given by user according to business logic. And it is also known as a client tier architecture. But client, we can say that a client tier architecture means client tier work like client tier send the request for to the server, and server accept the request and process the request and serve the data, serve the result as a service. And these two part can be located on a single and separate system. Because of this, we can see that it is a two tier architecture. And this is a diagram of a two tier architecture. Here we can see that this is the client tier and this is a database tier, and this is also known as a front end. It's also known as a back end. And like for example, like SQL Server and Oracle support the two tier architecture, and some advantage like a better performance compared to a single tier architecture, and multiple user setup, and centralized data management on the server, and easier to update the database without touching the client tier, that means user interface. And some disadvantages like no ideal for a large database and light traffic environment. Because of this, server can suffering from overloaded. And business logic is stated, that means sometime business logic divided into both tier, like some business logic defined on user interface and some business logic defined on database. Because of this, we can see that business logic is stated. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much, everyone. And if anyone have a question regarding this topic, so please ask me. I will just give the answer in proper manner.
Yes.
Okay, so just tell me why data security is limited in single tier architecture. I mean, why there should be have limitations?
Because of this, it's work, first of all, it's work locally in our machine. It's not work over the internet. And in single architecture, all components which is required for this setup available in a single folder in a single machine. Because of this, you can see that very less security.
Anybody else has a question?
Okay, Ankit, it was overall a very nice presentation given by you on single tier and two tier architecture. Thank you very much.